Yes guys, here we are then. It's been highly requested and we are back for another video. This time, per your guys' request, we are racing in a midfield team, and I thought to myself, you know what, why don't we race in the pink Mercedes, the racing point from this year of course, which is based off of the 2019 Mercedes in real life, and it's a very controversial car in the F1 world. And today we're racing around Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, and I'm looking forward to this one. But first of all guys, I have done two previous videos. I'll leave them both linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. One of them was Vietnam, the other one was Abu Dhabi, and we were using the Mercedes and the Ferrari in both of those races. So check them out guys, I'd greatly appreciate it, and there's some more F1 2020 content for you guys. Also real quick, I want to mention guys, if you're new to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate if you could subscribe for more F1 2020 content guys. I'm going to be all over the game when it releases, and I'll be bringing you guys the latest breaking news whenever it does drop. So hit the subscribe button guys, it would massively help me out, and I'm looking to try and hit 37,000 subs today, and hopefully 40k very, very soon. But without further ado, let's get ready for this race. So let's quickly run you through the grid for today's 50% race at Zandvoort. So P1 is Lewis Hamilton, second place Sebastian Vettel. Then further down of course P3, we are going to have Valtteri Bottas ahead of Charles Leclerc in 4th. Then it's the first of the Red Bulls, the home hero Max Verstappen P5, Albon 6th, Carlos Sainz P7, Esteban Ocon in 8th, Lando Norris P9, and Giovinazzi rounds off the top 10. Ricciardo 11th, Stroll 12th, Raikkonen 13th, Kvyat 14th, both Haas, Magnussen and Grosjean behind them, with Gasly and Russell, Latifi and Perez, myself bringing up the rear of the grid. But now let's jump into the real action here, into the racing for 36 laps of the new Dutch Grand Prix. 5 lights are on and it's lights out and away we go. Let's see what we can do around here. So pretty decent start, to be fair, on the medium tyres. We're going to try our luck on this strategy, starting on the mediums and then going for the softs later on, going around the outside of turn 1, picking up I believe a few places there, getting past both of the Williams cars. We've got Grosjean in front also on the medium tyres, and actually Russell re-challenges and loses a bit of an end plate there in the process, so he's going to have wing damage in this race as we try to get in front of the Williams here, trying to get the power down out of the hairpin down towards the very fast right-hander, and we just edge in front of George Russell there and hold on to 18th place as we go through this wonderful fast downhill sloped right corner, as we're now on the back of Romain Grosjean here, and we're going to try and make a move on some of these guys and hopefully try and dispatch them relatively quickly. We are running a default setup on 104% AI guys for this race, so I was running 105 for the previous two, but for this one, because we're in the racing point and we are on the default setup, I'm running 104. And now look at this, right down the inside of Grosjean, brilliant dive there and a really nice overtake on the brakes, and actually one of my best moves in this game so far. Just really nailed it, no lockups, just kept it nice and clean and tidy on the brakes, and we're now hunting down the first of the Alpha Tauris. And actually you're going to see a good example here. You see the gap we have and the overtake mode just really kicking in, and look at the speed difference as we breeze past Pierre Gasly there, and we're now going to go down the inside into turn 1, nice and comfortable on the brakes, not running it too hot, otherwise we're going to collect Magnussen, and we do get the move done, and it's a really good start to the race actually, and making up a few places already in the pink Mercedes. And the medium tyres not feeling too bad, we get very close to Magnussen there on the braking into the hairpin, but we managed to recover and get a nice exit. And yeah, pretty much P16 after 1.5 laps, not too bad whatsoever. You've got Gasly there looking all over the background for a move, but he couldn't quite find it as we now move on to lap 3. This time I'm going to try and take a bit of a wider line through the hairpin, try and focus on the exit a bit more, and we're going to crank it up and press the overtake button and look at the speed as we try to really close in on Magnussen. We're going to shift to the inside at the last second, but we can't quite commit to the move. And I've got to be honest guys, this track in some areas, I'd even say it's harder than Monaco when it comes to overtaking, because it's such a narrow and short track in terms of there's not very long straight, so it's very hard to make things happen. So you've got to really be aggressive when it comes to making overtakes here, and I've really enjoyed it. It was a great challenge. This time around though, second time is the charm, as this time we don't give up, we keep it pinned in with the throttle. It's so close to the grass, but we do go down the inside. Magnussen trying to hold on, but we give him the squeeze and we move up to P15. An absolutely just heart in your mouth moment there as we made that overtake, and I was really close to hitting him in the process, but we make a beautiful move and we make our way up to 15th place as we now move on to lap 8, setting a purple sector 3 actually, and showcasing how powerful the overtake button really is. We're now going to begin our hunt towards Daniel Kvyat, who is a place ahead of us also in the Alpha Tauri. So yeah, in this race we're going to start the mediums, and the plan is to go into the soft tyres around lap 25. It wasn't the recommended strategy, but we're going to try and make it work. Here we go, this beautiful camera angle as we line up the Russian for a move. We go down the inside on the brakes into turn 1, use the camber and the banking to your advantage, and we make a nice easy move on him. And now we're tucked in behind Daniel Ricciardo here in the Renault, and we're going to try and get the 2-for-1 special. So into the hairpin, we're going to try and get that wide entry and get that power down. We're going to use the overtake mode on the exit here, and we're going to get a great run on Ricciardo once again, running up to this really fast section. Do we commit down the inside? Yes, we do. Once again, it's another brilliant move, and that is 2 in 1 lap as we move up to 13th place. And the reason we're making these moves now quite easily is because everyone around us on soft tyres is starting to struggle. So we are going to get that benefit of the mediums working quite well for us as we're now tucked in behind Lance Stroll. The target for us, this race is going to be points. The AI are going to go for a soft, hard tyre strategy. The game recommended medium to hard for me, but I'm going to try and stretch it to a medium soft, because I think we'll have the advantage at the end with the guys on the hard tyres. I'm all over the back of Stroll here looking for a move. You can see just weaving all over the place, but there wasn't really an overtaking spot at the moment. But the very next lap, you guys know what's about to happen. We've been practicing it, we've been rehearsing it for a few laps now, and you can guarantee we are going to pin this one flat out through this section, use the overtake mode, and we're going to now stroll down the inside, and that is another brilliant move into that right hand. One of my favourite overtaking spots already on this game. I absolutely love the overtake, and we're now behind Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo, but just when I thought I was going to pass him quite easily on the pit straight, he done me a massive favour by giving me DRS and also peeling off into the pit lane. So we're going to get some nice clean track and some DRS for good measure as we set a new personal best as Stroll pits. And we're now up to 9th place. So there we go. Very good stuff. You can see in the distance we've got Leclerc there and Verstappen, some of the leaders who have just pit in for the medium. So even after 13 laps, they've already got a pit stop gap on us in this race. So yeah, that's the difference with the top cars around here. You can really tell they're so much quicker around here. But on to lap 16, and Ricciardo actually stuck with me. He was on the same strategy, but he actually is going to pit for the hard tyres, which is the recommended one that I had at the start of the race. We're going to stay out for a few more laps though. We're going to hang it out, and we're going to try and go to the soft tyres. And actually, surprisingly, these mediums held on quite well. Lap 20, and we do set yet another personal best across the line. So the pace is there in this car as we move up to P6 now, and pretty much everyone's done their pit stop. So I think we're the last car to do a stop in this race as we're trying to hang it out until lap 25 for the soft tyres. And speaking of such, you can see lap 25, the front left, 74%, pretty damn worn, but it felt pretty okay though. The car was, relatively drivable. Alexander Albon behind us looking for a move as we peel off into the pit lane for the first time ever for a pit stop around this track. We're going to strap on a nice fresh set of the soft compound tyres, the red colour tyre, and we're going to try and go flat out and push to the end now and see if we can get a few points. As you can see, we are going to rejoin, and we're going to take this very unique pit exit which kind of banks around with the corner here. You've got to take it very slow. It does catch you out how tight the hairpin is, especially in the exit. The exit really tightens up, so you can't carry much speed whatsoever. But we do rejoin P11, and we've now got the fresh soft tyres on the car. So we've now got 10 laps to begin our hunt and try and get a few points in this race. So here we go then. First one is going to be Daniel Ricciardo, of course. Remember, he was behind us, but he went for the hard tyres, so he managed to pull off an undercut. But now we're going to have the benefit of the soft tyres. So here we go, overtake mode, DRS, and the slipstream. We are going to breeze past and rich mix for good measure, and we set a new fastest lap in the process as well. So the car's working well. We make a nice, very straightforward move down the inside of turn 1 as we now begin our chase after Kimi Raikkonen. He's the next man for P9 in the Alfa Romeo. We're going to open up the DRS, rich mix, and overtake mode here. We're going to try and get the run into turn 1, but to my surprise, Kimi holds on. You'll see here he just swoops around the outside and doesn't, he isn't flustered, he isn't nervous, he just turns in on us, and we have to back out and let him hold on for now. So we wasn't able to make the move, first time of asking, but again, you guys know what is about to happen here. Of course, with the fresh soft tyres and the overtake and the rich mix, Kimi used his engine mode on the pit straight to defend, so he isn't going to have it this time, and we're going to get the run down the inside we go, and it's going to be a very simple move this time, especially with the grip difference on the tyres. We make it a very comfortable move, and we move up into P9 in this race. So we're now well in the points, and we are the lead racing point, and the fastest lap is ours. So it's turned out pretty well for us as we move on to lap number 30 now, and we've got some big news here as Charles Leclerc is out of the race. So let's get a replay to see what happened to the Ferrari man, and going through the fast over the top section, his engine just goes pop, and the Ferrari power unit lets go, and it's going to be a DNF for the Monegasque driver there, so he's going to pull off onto the side of the track, and there is our first retirement of the race. And Leclerc collects the brake meter board as a souvenir, really, as we now make our way past the clear. You can see there on lap 30, we're now up into 8th place in this race, and we are hunting Lando Norris. We are starting to run out of grip, though, on these tyres. They were losing the edge, and it was becoming a pretty level playing field, but luckily on lap 33, we just managed to get onto the back of him with some DRS assistance, and we're going to try and make this one count. Here we go, through the final corner, through the phenomenal banking, opening up the DRS, using Rich Mix, and the rest of our overtake mode. We breeze past on the straight. Lando looking like he had no more engine mode left, and we move up into 7th place with 3 laps to go. And there we go, guys. That is going to be your lot for the race. Valtteri Bottas picks up the win for Mercedes. Hamilton led the whole race, but I believe Bottas got him right at the end with the benefit of the straight line speed. We're going to come through, though, for P7, and from last to 7th with the fastest lap as well. I will take that, and in the end, the strategy paid off.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Well, there we have it then, guys. That is it for the race. I'm going to leave you guys now with some replays while I kind of chat away in the background about the future plans, because obviously there's a few things I need to talk about in this video. So first things first, this was the last of the videos I was permitted to make. We were all allowed 3 15-minute videos in this kind of early build presentation. This was the last one. Like I said, I've done 2 more, so if you haven't checked them out, guys, I'll leave them linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And I'd greatly appreciate if you could support my content. But let's talk about plans moving forward. So I'm not sure there will be another early access build that we'll get. If I had to predict, I think the next thing we'll get will be the full game. I'm hoping to get it ahead of time at the last couple of years to bring you guys that early content once again. And I've got a few plans in mind, but what I want to know, guys, is feedback from you guys. So you guys who are dedicated and watched to the end of the video, what team would you like me to drive for in normal career mode? And also, what team would you like me to drive for in my team? Would you like me to make my own team, a fantasy team like Tom 87 Racing? Would you like to see me bring back a former team like Manor or Lotus or Caterham? Or would you like me to create a new fantasy team like Porsche? Or maybe bring back Toyota or BMW as a factory team? Let me know. I'm curious to see your feedback, guys. I want to know what you guys think for my team, and also standard career mode. Also here to let you guys know that I'll be bringing you guys setup videos, you know, car setups for every single track. And I'll be bringing you videos for camera settings as well. So for all the custom T-cams that I have, you guys ask me all the time. And I'll be also doing wheel settings. So guys, I'll be covering all bases on the channel here when the game does eventually drop in pretty much 2.5, 3 weeks time now, give or take, depending on when you get the game, because you can get the game earlier if you're on PS4. You know, if you order a disc copy, sometimes the game retailers have it early. But either way, 10th of July, we're getting closer and closer, and also the rule life season is about to start very soon as well. So it's positive times and really, really exciting times for once in 2020, and I'm very much excited. And also, guys, one final plug I want to make in this video: I did recently get partnered on Twitch, and I stream on there quite often. So if you haven't checked me out on Twitch, guys, I'd appreciate if you could go over there and drop me a follow, and also maybe watch some of my streams. I do make F1 open lobbies on there as well, and I'll be doing plenty of that, especially once F1 2020 does come around. But also, I'll be doing them now very soon with the end of F1 2019. So go check me out, guys. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, that is that kind of recap and future plans and massive plug out of the way. And you guys know what's about to happen on the channel and what I'm chasing. You know, I'm hunting down that big 40k subscriber goal. But guys, that is going to be it from from me here today. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, and also subscribe if you are new, guys. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also finally check out the 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that is it from me from this early coverage of F1 2020. And yeah, guys, I'll see you when the game eventually drops. But until then, take care and have a nice day.